Hello everyone, I'm Zach Soden and welcome to This or That. Today we are going to feature two debates, who is going to win the Heisman and Tyrod Taylor versus Daniel Jones. Leading the debates today we have Dan Layton and Carter Gooley. Let's kick it off with the Heisman debate. Take it away, Dan.
Well, Zach, it's been a dream season for the Washington Huskies, and without that dream season, there's Michael Penix Jr., the quarterback of the team. He's possibly the leading Heisman candidate. Although that game against Oregon really helped his case, it's really the last 5 games that really need to help his case. They have a game against Stanford this week, but the next 4 are really important. USC, Utah, Oregon State, and the Apple Cup against Washington State. If Michael Penix and Washington win those next 5 games, that's a clear road to the Pac-12 championship, likely against Oregon, a team that they already beat. And if Washington wins that game, Penix is the clear-cut favorite to win the Heisman. Remember, it's not about games in October that win the Heisman Trophy. It's about games in late November and early December that really help your case to win the Heisman Trophy.
Well, Dan, for me, it's Jaden Daniels of LSU. You know, he's got 2,500 total yards. He only has 3 less passing yards than Michael Penix, but he also has over 500 rushing yards. So that puts him at over 3,000 total yards of offense, while Michael Penix doesn't run the ball. He's got 3 total rushing yards this season, and also Jaden Daniels has 10 total more touchdowns. So Jaden Daniels has by far been the best player in college football. LSU is also 15th ranked, and they're only 6-2. And my argument to Michael Penix is he's only played one top 10 team all year, and that was number 8 Oregon, where they only won by 3, while Jaden Daniels has played 2 top-tier teams in Florida State and Ole Miss, where they lost both of those games, but he also played very well. And he's only thrown 3 interceptions to Michael Penix's 5 on the year.
Well, that's the thing. It's the record. The Heisman voters really value the record of the team. If they see a quarterback with a 2-loss team, they're not going to vote for him. Look at Caleb Williams. He's been the odds-on favorite to win the Heisman all year. They lose 2 in a row. He's no longer in the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I look forward to hearing more about that and watching that race play off. But now we're going to turn the tide over to the NFL. And Carter, we'll start with you. Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor? Who should start for the Giants the rest of the way?
I think it still should be Daniel Jones. You know, there's no need to rush him back from injury, so as long as he's injured, they should stay with Tyrod. But when he's healthy, they need to start him again. They're paying him $40 million a year. You don't pay somebody $40 million a year to sit on a bench and do nothing for your franchise. Yes, he's having a down year. Yes, the Giants are having a down year, but everybody's had a down year. Peyton Manning has had down years in his career. So the Giants can't go away from Daniel Jones yet, and they need to ride with him rather than Tyrod Taylor, because Tyrod Taylor just is not better than Daniel Jones.
Well, I mean, Tyrod Taylor has played 2 pretty good games against both against the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Commanders. Jones has been sacked on 14% of his dropbacks this season, while Tyrod Taylor, although it's a small sample size, it's only 2 games, has been sacked on 6% of his dropbacks this year. Not only has Jones been pressured on 46% of his snaps all year, Tyrod has been pressured on 48 of his dropbacks all year. So through his last 2 starts, he's found success with this terrible offensive line the Giants have had, and he's shown that he can succeed with this Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka offense, even though there's a $30 million difference. You don't have to think that Tyrod Jones is better than Daniel Jones. Tyrod Taylor is better than Daniel Jones, but he's better equipped to be behind this terrible offensive line.
I don't necessarily agree with that. You know, last year he had a good year, 3,200 plus yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, while also running a lot. And he's struggling, but as like Peyton Manning, he went 3-13 one year. He went 6-10 one year. You can't just stop going to a guy because he's playing bad, and they need to continue to ride with him.
All right, well, I look forward to seeing what the Giants have to do. They have a difficult decision ahead of them. But that will be all for us today. That was Carter Gooley and Dan Layton. I'm Zach Soden, and we'll see you tomorrow night.